Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome.
There's a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part. You can't even passively take part. And you've got to put your bodies upon the gears and upon the wheels, upon the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. And you've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
As long as the Matrix exists, the human race will never be free.
Start somewhere. It has to start sometime. What better place than here? What better time than now?
Terrorists! Terrorize this.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
Hey everybody, gather round. I'm here to give you anything you like. You want free college, energy, mortgages, whatever you like. You have come to the right place. Why? I'll tell you why. Who can take your money?
Who can take your money?
With a twinkle in their eye.
A twinkle in their eye.
Take it all away and give it to some other guy. The government.
The government.
The government can.
The government can.
And who can tax the sunrise?
Who can tax the sunrise?
Who can tax the trees?
Who can tax the trees?
Let you run a business and collect up all the fees. The government.
The government.
they ask in return is your unwavering submission and servitude. Greetings, protesters, freedom fighters, anti-globalist, and banker haters. It is Monday, September 19th, 2011, and you have found yourself on the edge of revolution on the front lines in this war on our humanity. I am your wannabe show host, Darren Stone, broadcasting to you live from a state where the shot was heard around the world. Remember that? Is that still in the history books? I'm not sure. That shot was fired from FEMA Region 1, kids. That's right. FEMA Region 1. The shot heard around the world in Lexington, Massachusetts. Tonight's call-in number is 917-889-3064. That number is for you, people, not for me. This is your platform. Say what you want, because remember, kids, being blasted into submission by an LRAD cannon as you take to the streets is not the time to make your voice heard. So, 917-889-3064. All right. So, yeah, there you heard it. Feel-good song about the government. They can do everything they want, everything we could possibly ever need. Just submit. That's all. Just submit. All right. I have a packed program tonight. But let me do the plugs first. Facebookers. If you're not a Facebooker, congratulations. Don't become one. Speaking of Facebook, it was brought to my attention today that somebody wrote a little post on Facebook and said they can't believe that people are getting fired because of what they put on Facebook. And I have to chuckle to myself because I say, don't these people understand that when you sign up on Facebook, you waive your rights to every single thing that you write, put, or post up there that is no longer yours? No, it's not yours. And then the person decided they were going to change their Facebook settings for more privacy. I hate to tell this person, but those settings are to keep other Facebookers out of your stuff, not the people that have access to your Facebook account. I don't know if you're all aware of this, but there are companies out there now that work for the company you work for, and these companies are providing your company with your online profile. That's right. So, when you hear somebody say, hey, I don't care if they're watching me, I'm not doing anything wrong. Well, the first thing I say is, it doesn't matter what you think. If what you're doing is wrong, it matters to the people that are watching you. And secondly, just think about it for a second, people. This is the internet. Every little click, every stroke of your keyboard is recorded, compiled, stored, and put into your online profile. Okay? Every single thing you look at. That's right. All of it. And then that information can be handed over to your employer. And then the employer decides, stay or go. And then the employer can also use the excuse, well, hey, I have to protect the shareholders. All right? So if you're representing the company in a negative way, even if it's in the 2 a.m. in your private time in your little computer room in your home, doesn't matter. It's all out there to be ratted on and displayed, and you have no say about it. Anyways, so the Front's new website, still tickled pink about it, frontradio.net. Go over and check it out. Running articles over there that I post, and up-to-date earthquakes, up-to-date jet stream, up-to-date solar activity, up-to-date disaster map, and archive of the shows. So check it out. Also, email if you have any questions, comments, secret information, pictures, whatever it would be. Email the front at thefront@live.com. And while you're on the Facebook, those of you that are, go check out the Government Rag on Facebook or check out governmentrag.com. All right, here are the plugs. Little volcano news for you. There are 3 volcano warnings and watches right now in the Pacific Rim. We have the Pacific Rim is also known as the Ring of Fire. We have the Mariana Islands volcano, known as Pagan volcano. It is under a yellow, code yellow. It's code yellow, people. All right? Got to take this super serious, code yellow, and it's an advisory. Then we have Hawaiian volcano Kilauea, I think. I can never pronounce Hawaiian names, so I may have butchered that. Just go over to the Front's website, frontradio.net, and click on the disaster map, and there you can check it out. Oh, thank you, Anunnaki, for posting that in the room there. The Hawaiian volcano is at a level orange. Okay, that's super, super serious, and it's under a volcano watch. And of course, we have the Cleveland volcano in Alaska is code yellow and is under an advisory. So, just some volcanoes. And of course, if you live east of any of those volcanoes, if the volcano happens to erupt, you will get the ash cloud. So, just wanted to bring that up. All right, on to the news. I have a bunch of stuff. First, I want to talk about. Okay, so Congress, everybody was on vacation for a while, right? They took a vacation. Look, it's a very high-pressure job, everybody. All right? These people work their fingers to the bone. They burn the midnight oil, all in hopes to bring you a better life. Okay? They're struggling with it. They're trying. They'll get there. All right? They need a vacation. They came back, and they came back with a brilliant plan. Brilliant plan. Obama, also known as Barry Soetoro, also known as Barack Obama, many names, many faces. He did it. He solved the debt issue. Okay? Listen. He solved it. Higher taxes, people. Simple. It's simple. Higher taxes. I mean, man, this guy's really something. He is special. Special. What an ingenious plan. More taxes. That's right. Oh, people go, well, Darren, he's going to tax the rich. Oh, okay, yes. I'm sure it'll all work out just as well as every other plan put out by the White House in the past 50 years. No, look a little closer. There's Medicaid in there. There's other public programs in there that'll be getting cut. Probably heating assistance to the elderly. You know, but once again, no Congress critter is going to take a cut. No. I mean, you know, the brain power on the presidents, the people that hold the position of president is incredible. I mean, this plan, let me tell you a little bit about this plan. Okay? Well, we'll just see how ridiculous everything is. Why not, right? It says here, tax the rich, Obama says. Class warfare, says the GOP. They're both in the same team. Don't let them fool you. It's like WWF wrestling. Okay? We'll make pretend on television, then we'll go have beers together afterwards. Drawing clear battle lines for next year's elections, a combative President Barack Obama on Monday demanded the richest Americans pay higher taxes to help cut soaring U.S. deficits by more than $3 trillion. He promised to veto any effort by congressional Republicans to cut Medicare benefits for the elderly without raising taxes as well. This is not class warfare, it's math, Obama declared. Well, it's good. It has numbers involved anyway, so it might be close to some type of map. But anyways, I'm not going to read more because it's just a bunch of bullshit, okay? I mean, they could have done that. They could have told us that a long time ago. We all knew it was coming, right? Right. This is all to start the argument. Make the rich pay. They got to pay more taxes. You people think it's going to make any goddamn bit of difference at all in your lifestyle? Nope. It's just going to suck money out of the rich. It's not going to go help you at all. It's not like it's going to be redistributed. Not that we'd want that anyways, but I'm just saying. All right? I mean, really. I mean, this is the hope and change. I mean, what a difference an election can make, right? I mean, we have high hopes for the next one, right? Because whoever comes in, it will just be, wonderful. It'll be like the song said, right? Everything for free. The government can. Anyways, I'm not going to spend time on that foolishness. It's too easy. It's too easy to pick on that. Let's move to something a little more serious real quick. Fukushima update. All right, when Fukushima first went down, I had some harsh words for it. I was told that's probably a little bit too, doom and gloomy, but turns out that it wasn't doom and gloomy enough. We have here, reported out of Al Jazeera, not to be trusted, I understand, but neither is CNN. Let's see. Fukushima nightmare worsens as experts now say Tokyo may have to be evacuated. In a highly disturbing Al Jazeera news report below, experts are now saying what once would have been unthinkable. Tokyo may need to be evacuated. Well, I mentioned this a couple of months ago on the show, I think. The need to evacuate parts of the sprawling capital of 35 million may have once seemed an incredible prospect, but some experts say the possibility can no longer be ignored. At least 1 billion becquerels a day of radiation continue to leak from Japan's Fukushima nuclear plant after the March earthquake and tsunami. Experts say that the total amount of radiation leaked will exceed amounts released from Chernobyl. Well, no kidding. Making the Fukushima the worst nuclear disaster in history. I actually have a little news clip here. Let me play it for you. Short little news clip out of Al Jazeera. Check it out.
In neighborhoods around Tokyo, volunteers for months now have been digging for answers, looking to uncover the truth as to how much radiation has made its way to the nation's capital. Investigative journalist Kota Kinoshita has been the focal point of the effort. He says the test results from soil samples analyzed in professional labs show dangerous hotspots throughout the city.
There are many areas with high levels of radioactive substances. The levels there are the same as in parts around Chernobyl, where people had to evacuate.
The need to evacuate parts of a sprawling capital of 35 million may have once seemed an incredible prospect, but some experts say the possibility can no longer be ignored. And mothers like Yayoi Inuma are just one of hundreds who believe their children are already suffering the effects. 10-year-old Hannah has had severe joint pain in the arms and legs, deep rings under her eyes, and extreme tiredness to the point she sleeps for hours during the day. All symptoms of radiation sickness, say nuclear safety experts.
If it was just one thing, that would mean it was something else. But all the symptoms came at once. When we left Tokyo for a bit this summer, she got better right away.
The government's own team of researchers downplay the radiation risks, saying their findings show the biggest threat is public paranoia.
Regarding the level of radiation and its impact on human beings, there is not that much difference compared to before the disaster. The danger is psychological. People are stressed and anxious.
Experts around the world hold very different opinions as to how much radiation people can safely be exposed to. The Japanese government sets a maximum of 20 millisieverts a year, but new research suggests even a tiny amount ingested into the body can cause severe illness or cancer. Mika Noro spent the past 20 years in communities around Chernobyl. She's cared for children who fell ill with cancer or suffered growth defects. Most lived in areas where government scientists said radiation levels were not a threat.
I am bitterly frustrated and cannot forgive governments for their ignorance. We have seen firsthand how children suffered. We can't let the same thing happen in Japan.
What cannot be argued is that the young are the most vulnerable to radiation. In Tokyo, hundreds of expecting mothers are considering or have already chosen to leave. For Yayoi Inuma, a move is not at the moment financially possible. So for now, she keeps her daughter indoors and only buys food grown outside the affected areas, hoping it will give her child as normal and as healthy a life as possible. Steve Chow, Al Jazeera, Tokyo.
Okay, well, obviously there was some lies in there, which I drew attention to as the clip was playing. But also, when the reporter says that nuclear experts around the world have varying opinions on how much radiation... Okay, look at the ones that tell the truth don't have a varying opinion on it, okay? No radiation is good. It all builds up in our system, all right? So if they have... anyone telling you it's okay or safe has a vested interest. Maybe not financially, maybe employment-wise, maybe they don't want to die, maybe they're making a lot of money, maybe they're just globalist suck-ups, whatever it's going to be, they're the liars, okay? And this makes every single politician and every single reporter you see on television all part of this whole thing. Because if any of these people were in the least bit honest, we'd hear reporting on this daily, okay? So I don't care who you think is going to be a good president, if you even trust any of these idiots that are out there right now, including the current one. They're all lying to you because none of them are telling you about the fallout from Fukushima. So just wanted to give you an update on Fukushima. I know it's not good news, but it is what it is. And as long as us ants continue to sit back and allow things to happen like this, they will. Simple as that. And I'm sorry, writing your congressman isn't going to help. It's going to take actually getting up off our asses and doing something about it. I know it's work, but it's what's got to be done. Anyways, speaking of what's got to be done, Wall Street has been being marched on since Saturday. I don't know what's going on there today. So if anybody has a clue of what's going on Wall Street today, if the protesters are still there, this is supposed to be a long-term thing. And I believe they're hoping to get the crowd built up. But this is a march on Wall Street, which, to be honest with you guys, it warms my heart. And the media has had a pretty much complete blackout of this. I haven't seen anything in mainstream media. Granted, I don't have television, so I can't watch it. But I did find that the only mainstream media source that was reporting on it was, yes, I know it's ironic, people, Russia Today, who has an affiliate office in Washington, D.C., by the way, so and they employ Americans. So Russia Today seems to be one of the most honest news sources out there right now. They have reported on this, and they continue to. Now, I was shown on Twitter, and whoever the person is on Twitter that pointed me to the better source of information about this Wall Street protest. I thank you, and I apologize. I don't know how to use Twitter that well, so I wanted to respond to you. If I did, cool. If I didn't, I wasn't ignoring you. I just don't know what I'm doing with Twitter. So anyway, all right. So I wanted to bring that up to your attention that is going on, and I want to, here's the thing. I watched some of the audio, some of the video, from, I have a comment in chat from Seek3. Live stream is also covering the Wall Street protests. Okay. So live stream, that must be livestream.com. I'm not quite sure. But here's the thing, I'm watching some of the video from the protest, and I hear some of the things that the people are saying. And although I commend the people for being there, I commend them for being there. Some of the things I heard, shows me that even though they understand something's very, very wrong, they don't quite understand what the problem is. And the reason I say that is because I heard two comments from the footage. One was we need more financial reform so this never happens again. Well, I hate to tell everybody, but this has happened before, and the exact same thing was said before. We need more financial reform so this never happens again. We need to give the Federal Reserve more power so this never happens again. If you guys all remember, we went through this song and dance last year. Remember Obama saying we have to give the Federal Reserve more power so this doesn't happen again. Well, it hasn't stopped anything, and it's happening again. So the reason for this whole march on Wall Street is that, we are controlled by the banking industry, the private banking cartel. That doesn't mean your little banker on the corner. That doesn't mean your what do they call those things? The credit unions. Not those banks. No, people. J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, international banking. Okay, that's the issue. The IMF, the World Bank. That's the problem. All right? Not the little banker guy in the corner. Most of these guys, to be honest with you, don't even know how the hell banking even works. I know because I had a chat with a guy who was a bank manager for his whole life, and he was a retired bank manager, and he was not quite aware of the fractional reserve banking system. Took a personal trainer to educate him on that. What? We did it. So it's good to see people are angry, okay? But as I always say, the mantra for this show is know your enemy. You have to know who the real problem is and where the problem lies. So is marching on Wall Street a great idea? Absolutely. It's a great idea because what it will do, it will force the government to show their hand and show who they truly work for, which is Wall Street and the international banking cartel. Yes, excellent point in chat from Jomer. I noticed a lot of signs about getting our democracy back, not sign mentioning of a republic. Yes, most people are confused about that as well, but one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time. So I have this clip here called the Banker, all right? It is a perspective. Let me see here. It's a perspective on how we are viewed, okay? We being the normal people, the average people, and that includes if you have a millionaire on your street or a guy has $2 million, it includes those people. It includes the cops, okay? It includes the low-level politicians. It includes all of us, okay? We are just there for fodder. We're cash cows, lab rats. That's what we are to them, okay? So this guy's going to give you a little insight to how the bankers view us. Now I'm going to set the stage here. He's sitting next to a fire in a big chair in a fancy suit, and he's reading Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. Okay. Here it goes.
Hello. My name is Montague William III, and what I will tell you may well sound absurd, but the less who believe it, the better for me. For you see, I'm in banking and a big industry. For many a year we have controlled your lives, while you all just struggle and suffer in strife. We created the things that you don't really need, your sports cars and fashions and plasma TVs. I remember it clearly how all this begun. Family secrets from father to son, inherited knowledge that gives me the edge, while you people lie sleeping at night in your beds. We control the money that controls your lives, whilst you worship false idols and wouldn't think twice about selling your souls for a place in the sun. These things that won't matter when your time is done. But as long as they're there to control the masses, I just sit back and consider my assets, safe in the knowledge that I have it all, while you common people are losing your jobs. You see, I just hold you in utter contempt. But the smile on my face, well, it makes me exempt. For I have the weapon of global TV, which gives us connection and invites empathy. You would really believe that we look out for you, while we bankers and brokers are only a few. But if you saw that, you'd take back the power. Hence, daily terrors to make you all cower. The panics, the crashes, the wars, and the illness that keep you from finding your spiritual wholeness. We rig the game, and we buy out both sides to keep you enslaved in your pitiful lives. So, go out and work as your body clock fades. And when it's all over, a few years from the grave, you'll look back on all this, and just then you'll see that your life was nothing, a mere fantasy. There are very few things that we don't now control. To have lawyers and police force was always a goal, doing our bidding while you march on the street. But they never realize that they're only just sheep. For real power resides in the hands of a few. You voted for parties. What more could you do? But what you don't know is they're one and the same. Old Gordon has passed good old David the reins, and you'll follow the leader who was put there by you. But your blood, it runs red, while our blood runs blue. But you simply don't see it's all part of the game. Another distraction, like money and fame. Get ready for wars in the name of the free, vaccinations for illness that will never be, the assault on your children's impressionable minds, and a microchipped world. You'll put up no fight. Information suppression will keep you in tone. Depopulation of peasants was always our goal. But eugenics was not what we hoped it would be. Oh yes, it was us that funded Nazis. But as long as we own all the media too, what's really happening does not concern you. So just go on watching your plasma TV, and the world will be run by the ones you can't see.
And there you have it. That's how we're viewed. And Washington protects this viewpoint. Washington works for this viewpoint. Piss you off? Pisses me off. But it's easily corrected, people. It's easily corrected. All right? Now, the Wall Street demonstrations, there's a huge, heavy police presence there. And that's one thing that I have to laugh at when I see. Whoops. Okay. I need to edit my clips a little bit more cleanly. But that's one thing that cracks me up, or I find very ironic when I look at these demonstrations, and I look at the cops. You know, and the cops, I mean, they're the most fooled of all, really, supposed security. Because they're in the same boat as the people that they are trying to keep secure, or trying to keep trying to prevent from demonstrating. They don't realize that the demonstrators have their best interest in mind. So they're the most fooled of all. But it's a simple solution. Like the banker said, there's many of us, there's few of them. And the only reason they get away with what they get away with is because it's done in secret. They own all the media. They own everything that you're exposed to, except for shows like this. That's it. You know, shows like this, we may not get it right all the time, but our intentions are good. And we're definitely not purposely lying to you. Do we make mistakes? Sure. But we have nothing to hide, unlike them. So what's the solution? I'm going to play another clip that I've played on the show many times. All right? Hopefully you get it.
Guys, order another round because we're staying here. Yeah. What was I thinking going back then? I mean, we just got here, and we have more than enough food to get us through the winter, right? Why go back? But there was that ant that stood up to me.
Yeah, but we can forget about him.
Yeah, it was just one ant. Ooh. One ant. Yeah, you're right. It's just one ant.
Yeah, boy, they're puny.
Puny? Say, let's pretend this brain is a puny little ant. Did that hurt?
Nope.
Well, how about this one? Are you kidding? How about this? You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back. Does anybody else want to stay?
He's quite the motivational speaker, isn't he?
Let's ride!
Because it's not about money. It's not about food. It's not about anything else except for control. So there you go. They don't want you ants. They don't want us ants to stand up. That's what the entire police state is for you. But it's being sold that it's for Muslim extremists that hate your freedom, who have now converted American citizens that now hate their own freedom to attack themselves. Okay. Anyway, there's my Wall Street riot piece. It's up to us, people. It can all stop if we stand up. It means stop paying your taxes. It means stop going to your jobs. Let's get in the streets. Let's all help each other. Let's crash the system. Let's hang the criminals. All right? Let's hang the criminals. All right. Let's move into the school systems where they're preying on your children because the children are so easily preyed upon. Michigan to track kids' body mass index. Said this was going to happen, and here it is. Now, of course, I only knew this was going to happen because it was written that it was going to happen. That's it. Simple. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not a prophet. I just read some stuff. That's all. Lansing, Michigan. In an attempt to combat Michigan's childhood obesity epidemic, Governor Rick Snyder announced Wednesday that the state would begin tracking kids' body mass index through the Michigan Care Improvement Registry. Oh, the Michigan Care Improvement Registry. Although the policy would be one of the most extensive government anti-childhood obesity efforts, the pediatricians were divided over whether it would have the desired impact. Oh. The tracking system would encourage pediatricians to calculate patients' BMI using height and weight measurements and report these numbers to the state through the existing immunization tracking system. We're going to roll it up all into one luscious cocktail. The Michigan Care Improvement Registry. The numbers would be reported anonymously, meaning that the child's identity would not be connected to his or her BMI in state records. Lie. The hope is that having doctors track height and weight in this way would encourage more discussion among parents, kids, and doctors about the dangers of being overweight, says Geraldine Lasher, Director of Communications at the Executive Office of the Governor. The new policy does not require doctors to discuss obesity with kids and parents, nor does it provide physicians with the extra time or training needed to discuss weight problems. Well, honestly, if you all want to know, your doctor doesn't know shit about losing weight. Simple, cut and dry. I'll move on. A narrowness of focus that some doctors believe will limit the policy's effectiveness. Others question the policy's use of BMI, an obesity metric some pediatricians call oversimplified and misleading, especially in children. I concur. BMI gives you absolutely no information whatsoever and cannot determine whether you're a healthy individual at all. But here's the government going with BMI. You know why? Because it's going to put a lot more people into the obese category or the overweight category. And that's a lot more people we can either raise health insurance rates or just cut you right off. Either one. But Keith Ayoub, director of the Rose R. Kennedy Nutrition Clinic at Albert Einstein College of Medicine, defended the use of BMI. And God damn it, Keith Ayoub, who has a huge long title after his name and works at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine, so he must be Smart. He disagrees and defended the use of BMI, saying that while it's not a perfect measure, it's the best we've got for measuring obesity in a population. Hey, Keith! Hey, I'm not the director of Rose R. Kennedy Nutrition Clinic at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine, but I can tell you 2 different ways that are much better methods of tracking an individual's health. And I'm just a guy with an associate's degree in music and video production. But apparently, the knowledge that I have and have had for the past 20 years seems to have escaped Mr. Keith Ayub, who somehow managed to become the director of the Rose R. Kennedy Nutrition Clinic at the Albert Einstein College of Medicine. It's incredible. It's incredible. Perhaps I should lend my services. It's called a skin dex. It's called a body fat measurement. The other one is not cost effective. It's hydrostatically weighing, but it's not cost effective, so I'm not going to go on about it. I'm just saying it's not the best we got. BMI is not the best we've got. That's a lie. While Michigan's BMI tracking system will most likely become only an entry point for further discussion and intervention in cases of obesity, oh yes, Michigan's BMI tracking system is a proverbial camel's nose under the tent. Because pretty soon you're going to have the whole fucking flock of camels under the tent. While Michigan's discussion and intervention in cases of obesity, and any pediatricians still believe it's worth the effort. Continuing on with the assault on your children in the public school system. Now, if I had kids, I'd be homeschooling them. People say, well, Darren, that's easier said than done. You know what? It's the most important thing, so it would be done. Sorry, it would be. California schools turn away unvaccinated students. That's right. That's right. Some California schools are turning away middle and high school students who have not received the required whooping cough vaccine, while others are defying a law passed last year after a historic spike in cases of potentially fatal disease. What was it, like 30 people got it? The law approved last September initially required all students entering grades 7 through 12 to get vaccinated by the start of 2011-2012 school year. Lawmakers passed a 30-day extension this summer as districts worried many students wouldn't meet the deadline. Look, they care about your kids. They care about them, okay? They just don't want your kids to get whooping cough. It has nothing to do with state subsidies or funding for administering a certain number of vaccines and covering a certain percentage of the population. It has nothing to do with that. It's all about saving the kids. Kind of like my buddy told me about, who works in the local school system around here, and they're now conducting iris scans on the kids. It's for their safety. Now, you know what? I don't think I'm going to go into a rant about iris scans, because I'll just ask you people out there to use your rationale and try to figure out how an iris scan on your child will make your child safer. If your child gets kidnapped, thrown into a trunk, and brought into the woods to have bad things happen to them, how is having their irises scanned prior to that going to save them? It's not. They'll just be able to identify the body afterwards. It's not about making your child safer. It's about demoralizing that generation of children, and make them submit to anything, to make them global citizens, to make them sheeple, to put them to sleep. Under California law, students also can still attend if their parents file a form saying they oppose vaccine. No statewide estimates of the number of students turned away is available because districts are not required to report their final vaccination tally until December, state education and public health officials said. But anecdotal reports from individual districts indicate that the percentage of students meeting the requirement varied widely, from about half of students to nearly all. We've done a tremendous amount of outreach within the schools trying to let them know, said Linda Davis Aldrich, the school nurse consultant for the education department. Hey, nurse Linda David Aldrich, why don't you read the manufacturer's insert on that vaccination before you start jabbing people's kids in the arm with it? You Nazi. You dumbed down sheeple Nazi. On Thursday, San Francisco Unified School District began sending home students who arrived without proof of vaccination or a parental personal belief exemption. Shall I go on with this? I will not go on with this. I think you get the point. Your kids are under attack. Pay attention to what's going on in the school systems. I don't have kids. If I did, they wouldn't be there. All right, let's get into some positive news here, okay? Because then we're going to go negative again. We're going to go positive, then negative, and then positive. Up and down. It's a ride, people. It's just a ride. It's just a ride. Some new product reviews. 5 nutritional products that stand out. And I'm going to tell you about my little experience with one of these products. All right, let's see here. We have product number 1. We have something called Life Extension Vitamins D and K. By the way, everybody, if you're just starting to listen to this program, all the articles I cover I post up on the Front's Facebook page, and that transfers right over to the Front's website, frontradio.net. So you can check it all out in its entirety, links, pictures, videos, all that stuff, once we're done with the program. So Life Extension Vitamins D and K with C iodine. This Life Extension product is a superb combination of vitamins D and K, both of which are crucial to bone health. The added benefit, well, D is very crucial to your immune system, with the added benefit of C iodine made from the sea vegetables like kelp and dulse. Each capsule provides 5,000 international units of vitamin D3, which is a daily dose being taken by nearly everyone familiar with vitamin D nutrition. The author of this article currently takes 10,000 IUs per day of vitamin D3. I take about 8,000 per day. As an added benefit, the Life Extension Foundation is one of the leading voices for health freedom and is sponsoring efforts to fight the FDA over the agency's insidious plot to outlaw virtually all dietary supplement ingredients before the end of this year. There's actually links on here. You can join the petition page. Also, what do we have here? Next new product, Genesis Today Genessentials Superfruit Oil Blend. Genesis Today, oh, my little dog likes that. Genesis Today is perhaps best known for its superfruit juices, but it has recently introduced a really nice omega oil blend that has omega 3s, 6s, 7s, and 9s, made entirely from seed oils such as Sacha Inchi oil. Saka Inchi, I think it is. Saka Inchi oil. Sea buckthorn oil, acai oil, goji oil, and hemp seed oil, and others. Now that's kind of good because that way, if you get away from the fish oils, then you don't have to worry about the mercury content or the farm-raised salmon being used to extract that fish oil. So if you can get your 3s, 6s, and 7s and 9s, your omegas, from other sources besides fish, you'll probably be doing yourself a favor. I mean, honestly, with all the shit in the ocean, all the GMO, genetically modified salmon, oh, I know they say it's not out there yet. And all the mercury in the fish, why not grab it from plants? What else we have? We have Living Fuel Super Essential Aminos. Now, I've had some Living Fuel stuff. It's very expensive, okay? I will say that about Living Fuel, but it's very good stuff. I can't swing it myself. If you can swing it, more power to you. Living Fuel has earned consistent accolades for the Living Fuel Superberry Ultimate product, which remains my #1 choice for nutrition while traveling. I love this product so much, I actually volunteered to... Okay, blah, blah, blah. Now Living Fuel has come out with an impressive amino acid powder called Living Fuel Super Essential Aminos. It contains a blend of amino acids formulated to help speed exercise recovery, boost stamina, and enhance athletic performance. The aminos present in the formula are leucine, lysine, phenylalanine, isoleucine, valine, threonine, glutamine, arginine, histidine, glycine, methionine, and tryptophan. So, pretty full amino acid chain there from a good company. Might be worth checking out if you can swing it. I actually haven't checked the price on this, so maybe it's affordable, maybe it's not. I don't really know. Here's a really good one. Okay, the last two are something I'm really interested in personally. Biotivia Transmac Trans Resveratrol. Okay. It's a miracle nutrient known as resveratrol, okay? And there's actually a link to a PDF file that will give you the whole lowdown on resveratrol in here. Let's see. Okay, this report was authored by James Bentz, the founder and CEO of a company called Biotivia, which offers a selection of high-end supplements, blah, 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 blah. But its primary focus is on resveratrol, which is now known to be the single most important nutrient for longevity and physical endurance. I don't take resveratrol, so I cannot give you my personal opinion on it, although I would like to check it out. The drug companies, by the way, have been trying to patent resveratrol molecules for years and turn them into, quote, miracle drugs to treat heart disease and other degenerative health conditions. If these were drugs, they would probably cost about 100 times the price. Fortunately, resveratrol is available in supplement form, and the BioTevia company has even graciously offered Natural News readers a 15% discount on all orders through the end of 2011. Just use coupon code NN15 and you'll save 15% at www.biotevia.com. Now, for those listening to this program for maybe the first time or whatever, I get paid by nobody. Okay, I am just giving you information on products that might be helpful for you. That's all. I pay to do this program. I do not get paid to do this program. Okay, nobody sends me free stuff. If they want to, go ahead, but nobody does at this point. And here's the last one. I like this a lot. Solgar Natural Vitamin D3 in 10,000 IUs. Now that's pretty kick-ass right there. Saves me from having to remember to take my vitamin D throughout the day. As more and more people are becoming aware that the importance of vitamin D, companies have begun to offer higher dose vitamin D capsules to meet the demand. Well, I used to take just 1,000 or 2,000 IUs a day, and I now take 10,000 IUs a day. And the brand I consume is Solgar, which offers a 10,000 IU soft gel. The main carrier oil in the soft gel is sapphire oil, which I'm not super excited about or anything, but it's a small amount of carrier oil, so it's not a big deal. Virtually the entire medical industry, as you probably know, maintains a conspiracy of silence about vitamin D, refusing to teach people that this nutrient is the #1 way to prevent cancer and even help reverse cancer. So, knowing that, you don't have to take this type of vitamin D, but knowing that sentence that I just read, that vitamin D, okay, is the #1 way to prevent cancer and even help reverse cancer. Vitamin D. It's worth your time and money to buy a good, high-quality vitamin D supplement. Going cheap, just get your shit. That's it. Powerful research shows that, let's see. Oh, hold on. I didn't finish with this one here. The Institute of Medicine runs a cover story which tries to convince people that taking too much vitamin D might be dangerous for their health. That's right. The Institute of Medicine. Do you see what a farce, what a facade, what a front everything is? Like the guy's big title earlier about BMI. Working at the Albert Einstein Institute of Medicine. I mean, you would figure if somebody worked there, they must be pretty smart. But this guy says that BMI is the best we got. And here we go with the Institute of Medicine telling you that too much vitamin D might be dangerous for your health. Notice how they don't say too little. Notice how they say too little. Comment in chat, why buy vitamin D? Thought your body made it by being in the sun. Yes, well, most of us don't work outside. Most of us have very little exposure to sunlight. Most of us, a lot of people still believe they should be using sunblocks. And plus, we've all been taught that the sun is scary and causes cancer and all this other stuff. So you're probably not getting enough vitamin C. In fact, if you go have your blood tested, you'll probably see that your levels are low. So if you have decent insurance, go do it. I don't, so I don't. Another comment in chat from I Truly. Is it still the case that the U.S. RDA for supplements is still based on a minimum standard for sedentary adults? I believe it is, my friend. I believe that is still the case. I don't know for sure, but I've heard nothing to the contrary. And since they really don't care if you die or not, I would imagine it's still the same. Okay, so the Institute of Medicine runs a cover story, tells us the vitamin D might be dangerous for our health, too much of it, all right? And yet, as very few people know, the Institute of Medicine is actually funded by pharmaceutical companies. Well, isn't that just a hoot? Vaccine Foundation and the Department of Homeland Security and a long list of globalist miscreants, some of whom include Bill and Melinda Gates, who are steeped in the business of profiting from degenerative disease. Powerful research also shows that people need 4,000 to 8,000 IUs of vitamin D daily to raise their levels up to optimum levels. Most Americans, meanwhile, get only a tiny fraction of that through their diet and sunlight. It's estimated that 90% of the population remains chronically deficient in vitamin D. So there you go. Solgar's 10,000 IU vitamin D soft gels. Available at a nature store near you. All right. So there's some products. Yes, that is true. My wife went to the doctor, and the doctor told her that vitamin D is the new fad. He probably thinks that BMI is the best we got too. So, look at all your doctor is a compartmentalized corporate lackey. All right, he has no say in what he does. The board dictates what he does, the hospital board, and you go in and see him and you think this guy has all the answers, and he really has none of them, for the most part. Really has no answers. And if he does, he's probably wrong when he thinks he does. I could give you many examples that I've experienced throughout my lifetime, but I will save you that. All right. Now, we get some more stuff here. I wanted to cover some info on clay. Okay, on some clay stuff. Now, let me do this. Let me see. All right. TSA or clay. Okay, I'm going to do some clay and then I'll do some TSA. All right. All right. Introduction to calcium bentonite clay. This is a supplement that I have, okay, that I take. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a little education on clay. Not for my own head because I can't retain it all, but I do use it. It is an extremely powerful substance. Okay, so let's go through a brief introduction on learning about living clay, a calcium bentonite clay. Okay, it's used to support for balancing, cleansing, detoxing, and speeding the healing process of the body. The information that I'm going to read to you guys is taken from the book Living Clay, Nature's Own Miracle Cure. Okay, so that's the book this is taken from. The smectite family of clays, which includes bentonite clays, are called living clays because of their ability to make chemical changes. They are the only clays that are capable of both adsorption and absorption. Okay, that's add and ab. A weathered volcanic ash clay is a compound of 60 to 70% pure trace minerals in natural oxide forms. Its negative electromagnetic charge gives it a strong vacuum-like ability to capture and discharge the positively charged viruses, bacteria, molds, yeasts, infections, and poisons from the body. So if you have inflammation, in your body, anybody that suffers from that, clay might be a good thing. There's other good things, but clay is very, very powerful. It has the ability to cleanse and detox internally and externally, while at the same time bringing balance and equilibrium to the body through its 9.7 pH and its homeostatic ability, which means that, now I've heard two things. I've heard you can take too much clay, and I've heard that you can't take too much clay. I've heard that you cannot take too much clay because it is a homeostatic substance. It just returns your body or keeps your body in homeostasis. I'm not quite sure if that is 100% true or not. But let's read on and see if we can figure it out. Here it says, reference Living Clay, Nature's Own Miracle Cure for a more detailed explanation. That being said, now that all clays are different, or know that all clays are different, their mineral percentages, their actions and purity, it is very important to know your clays for more detailed information. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Oh, one thing I want to say about clay is if you look at clay, if you happen to buy it and you look at it, you're going to see that it has aluminum in it. And I've had people call me and say, hey, man, this has aluminum in it. And it's a trace mineral aluminum. It's not the aluminum that hurts you. All right. History of clay use. Clays have been used by indigenous tribes since before recorded history. Their medicine men used it for healing and drawing out poisons from snake and insect bites, healing wounds, and as an aid to pregnancy. Let's see. The Christian Bible all makes reference to clay's ability to heal. Okay. Primary functions of living clay. 1, it detoxes. It pulls and holds toxins and carries them out of the body. It balances. Clay is homeostatic, bringing the body into balance. It alkalizes, as it has a pH of 9.7, and it stimulates. It draws blood flow, oxygen, and circulation for cellular repair. Now, this is why you get old. This is why you age. This is why you get wrinkles, because of cellular breakdown. So clay will help to draw blood flow and oxygen and circulation for cellular repair, meaning the cells don't break down as quickly. You end up looking good, feeling good. Now, the type of clay that I take is called Sonnes, S-O-N-N-E-S, number 7. You can look that up online. Sonnes number 7 comes in liquid form. Pretty cost effective. I don't have an issue with the price at all. The way you take it is you can either put a tablespoon of it into a glass of cold water, mix it up. Just tastes a little bit like dirty, creamy tasting water. I don't know how to describe it. Well, I guess I'll describe it like that. And the other way is you can just take a spoonful of it. Either way, it doesn't bother me. It tastes like dirt, but it tastes like good, healthy dirt. I don't mind. So suggestions for using liquid clay internally. A clean, properly functioning digestive tract is paramount for our well-being. For internal cleansing and daily detoxing, you ingest clay. Doing so on a daily basis will get your intestines clean and keep them that way. Liquefied calcium bentonite may be purchased or made from clay powder. Let's see. So it goes through serving sizes here, blah, 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 blah. Protocols for internal use. General detox. The protocol most frequently suggested by practitioners is drink a single serving in the morning and a single serving in the evening, preferably on an empty stomach for 14 days. That's a general detox. Advanced detox to remove parasites. If you have IBS, if you have any type of digestive problems, you may want to do an advanced detox to remove parasites, heavy metals, and for more serious issues, a slightly higher dose is recommended. Drink a single serving in the morning, at midday, and again in the evening, preferably on an empty stomach for 21 days. Maintenance regime, you're probably just going to want to do just to support your body's immune system, trying to stay toxin-free. It's also great with the fallout we're getting from Fukushima, you guys. And to balance your pH level, a single serving once a day is suggested thereafter, and more may be taken. Precaution. If taking medications, check with your pharmacist to determine if clay will interfere with any medications. Ask how long it takes for the body to absorb the medication. Allow that time to pass between taking your medication and the clay. Now, for... Yes, I mentioned that 9.7 pH level in there, Jomer, my friend. Suggestions for using clay externally. The skin is the largest organ on our body and can be considered the outward reflection of what's happening inside. Used topically, calcium bentonite clay pulls out excess oils and impurities and stimulates circulation and cellular revitalization. Whichever method you select, your skin will thank you for it. Did you guys know that your skin is a reflection of the health inside? Which really, when you start to think about that, all the topical stuff you put on your body really probably isn't helping that much. It might help a little, but it's not. It's like a Band-Aid. It's like a medication you get from your doctor. It might help you mask this symptom, but you're going to end up with other ones. You have to. Your skin is basically the story of what's going on inside you. If you have any type of skin issues, depending where the skin issues are on your body, it may be reflective of where your internal issues are. Just saying. Benefits of clay baths. Because the body detoxifies through the skin, clay baths are becoming more and more popular for drawing out toxins and cleansing the skin. Clay baths are also beneficial in removing toxic buildup of heavy metals stored in the body. That's right, it sucks it right out of your skin. They also relieve sore muscles, body aches, stimulate lymphatic action and circulation, are very relaxing, and can promote a good night's sleep. Children with autism are reported to be calmer, to maintain longer eye contact, and exhibit improved communication skills after a clay bath. Now, when I report on some stuff like this, people are like, "Oh, it's hokey." You know what? It's not hokey. It's not. It's not hokey because, in all honesty, you're a human being that comes from this planet. I think. Jury's out on that one. But Everything you need is supplied by the planet to keep you a healthy, strong human being. Only when we come in with our stuff to try to make money and try to control you is where things go awry. So it's not hokey at all. We've been conditioned to think these things. Try it. That's all I can say. Just try it. You have very little to lose. You have a couple bucks to lose. That's it. Keep listening to your doctor. You have your health to lose. Honestly, how to prepare a clay bath. Okay, I'm not going to read how to prepare a clay bath. If you guys are more interested in this, you can check it out because I'll throw up on the website after the show. Suggestions for using topical clay mask. In addition to facials and full body wraps, a clay mask can also be applied topically to help relieve acne, arthritis, eczema, psoriasis, poison oak, and ivy, shingles, broken bones. That's right, broken bones. Burns, cuts, pressure wounds, scrapes, blisters, insect bites, warts, toenail fungus, just to name a few. Bentonite clay for topical application may be purchased pre-mixed or made from clay powder. Just one little thing. If you got a teenager, besides getting their digestive tract fixed up, because that'll help with their acne on their face if they have it, if you use clay on the face, I promise you will see drastic improvement on the acne. Put it on before they go to bed, okay? Again, it has this clay information. Okay, so there you go. That's a little blurb on clay for you guys. The rest of the article basically is all about how to do these things. So I'm not going to read how to do them. If you're interested in clay, I'm going to put this up. It's a PDF file. I'm going to post it up on the Front's Facebook page and on the Front's website after the program. If you don't want to do either of those things, you can always email me, thefront@live.com. For any of the things I cover, I'll send you all the information that I have. All right, let's get back into some police state stuff. The TSA. All right, look, I was one of the biggest football fans I know. I played football for more than 13 years. I loved it. Loved the game of football. I despise the NFL. I despise the NFL. The NFL is so disgusting. They are such a globalist propaganda mouthpiece. It makes me sick to my stomach. And now we have the TSA performing full body pat downs at every NFL game. Oh, that's right. I forgot to go over some silver stuff. All right. Let me just cover silver real quick. I started generating colloidal silver yesterday. I have some questions on it. It was my first attempt. I don't think my distilled water was of high enough quality. But I'll tell you what, pretty simple process. And if it's not good, if this batch that I made is not that good, it's off by just a very, very small amount. But I have to do some more research on this. And if my friend Jomer from chat, I'll probably be sending you an email sometime within the next day or two to ask you some of these questions if I can't figure it out myself. But I'll let you know what happened to me anyways, and if you have some hints, I'd appreciate that. So I generated some colloidal silver. I do have some good suspension going on. My laser pointer makes a straight line through the liquid in broad daylight. So that's what I was looking for, I guess. The only thing that happened is my currents that I was sending through, they ended up going over 500. They went to about 510, and supposedly that's not good. Makes a lower quality silver, I was reading. So, anyway, a little blurb on silver. Okay, let's get back to the TSA and the NFL. So, yeah, the NFL disgusts me. I just can't stand it. I tell you what, I don't even miss watching it. I'm good enough looking at the highlights to see a nice catch or see some athletic ability. That's why I love the game, not for any other reason. But here we go. They are, the TSA, working at all, well, okay, I don't know if it's particularly going to be the TSA, but it's happening at NFL stadiums, okay? I'm not going to go into this whole thing, but it mentions some teams in particular. The Buffalo Bills have announced the changes for fans attending this Sunday's home game against the Oakland Raiders at Ralph Wilson Stadium. The Bills announcement reads, in part, The Buffalo Bills will be implementing an enhanced pat-down procedure starting with this Sunday's game, and the organization wants to communicate this new process to all fans attending the game. The new procedure is a recommendation from the NFL in accordance with the league's best practices policies. Specifically, the enhanced portion of the pat-down is for the area from the knees to the ankles. What? The enhanced from the knees to the ankles. Bills officials have long recommended that fans arrive early to the gates to continue to do so, especially with the enhanced pat-down on part of the security measures taken at Ralph Wilson Stadium. Of course, and the dirty-ass Indianapolis Colts, they're doing the same thing just because they're the Colts. That's what they would do. At the direction of the NFL, fans attending this Sunday's Colts versus Browns game, the future NFL games, will be subject to an enhanced personal security screening prior to entering Lucas Oil Stadium. Serves you right if you're going to see this at Colts anyway. All right. So, there you go. There you go. Now, the TSA, of course, the TSA, the TSA is looking at the future, people. The TSA is looking at the future. The future TSA will do this. They will track all daily travels to work, grocery stores, and social events. And by the way, the information that the TSA has when they track you to the grocery store will be confirmed when you use your little Super Saver checkout card, as we have learned with my guest Catherine Albrecht. And those little Super Saver coupon cards at your grocery store, those will be submitted to your health insurance carrier, and they will see exactly what you're buying. And you may or may not exceed your purchase amount of protein, fats, and carbs for the week, and therefore you'll be in violation of your health care contract. You may be dropped, or your rate may be raised. And the TSA will verify that you were there because they tracked you into the door. While the TSA can't explain why invasive pat-downs without probable cause are legal, that isn't stopping TSA from future plans to track all your daily travels, anywhere you go, from work to stores, or even when you go out to play. That's right. When the TSA was asked to provide legal reasons that definitively spelled out why physically invasive pat-downs are legal without any probable cause, not one TSA person had the answer. There was no legal documentation for enhanced pat-downs other than it serves, quote, the essential administrative purpose, which is to pound you into complete slavery and submission. I added that. The Peep Show. Police, state, or privacy invasion, pat-downs, and body scans are not just in airports. What is this? Epic said DHS is refusing to disclose details of mobile body scanner technology. In fact, in answer to Epic's Freedom of Information Act request, DHS handed over, quote, several papers that were completely redacted. Yeah. Hey, we'll hand you the info. Yeah, we'll just black everything out. Here you go. There it is right there. So we can see the Freedom of Information Act is really just another scam pulled on the American people by your loving, caring government. Meanwhile, at airports, the TSA is rolling out less invasive gingerbread man body scanners to a tune of $2.7 million for 240 machines. See, now if I'm invested in Rape-A-Scan, like former Department of Homeland Security head Michael Chertoff, then hey, sure, you want me to roll out more machines? It's only good for my stocks. Let's roll them out. Skinnier versions of the Pillsbury Doughboy via Kinder and gentler naked body scans are going to placate people who are secretly murmuring that America is truly becoming a police state. Spending countless billions of dollars on all this security theater makes it look like the TSA is doing their best to ensure that if there's a terrorist attack, the public doesn't blame the TSA for missing it. According to TSA blogger Bob, in the 10 years after 9/11, there have been vast improvements and new technology, as well as a professionalized workforce. Yes, professionalized workforce. Well, that's blindingly obvious, TSA blogger Bob. TSA mouthpiece blogger Bob. Why would anybody be just like an outward fan of the TSA and decide to blog about it. Well, I'm sure he's being compensated. Okay. So, a professionalized workforce of transportation security officers. Professional as in claiming no more enhanced groping of children under 12, only to break that promise and seemingly molest this little boy dressed as Spider-Man. Okay, there's links to that little article there. The Los Angeles Times reported that on TSA launching a behavior detection program at Boston's Logan International Airport. Remember when we reported that on this program? These TSA officers received a whopping 2 weeks of training and are supposed to ask each passenger a few questions in an effort to detect suspicious behavior. Doesn't it seem like yet another strike at your privacy? Some people are stressed or even nervous when they are traveling. What if you don't like talking or being questioned? Is this too going to become yet another TSA mandated, quote, you will answer if you want the privilege of flying? Well, obviously it will be. We all heard about after 9/11, some passengers were strip searched because they spent too much time in a bathroom. A female, you could see her. Strip searched. If any of you were out there strip searched, you'd be pissed. But until it happens to you or me, right, we won't say a word. It's like it doesn't really happen, right? And remember, you guys, the TSA could not stop the raping of a woman on a concourse at Denver International Airport. Remember that story? Woman raped on a concourse at Denver International Airport. No TSA there to save her. Nope. An MSNBC travel article warned that when it comes to airport security, quote, you ain't seen nothing yet. Home security analysts and MSNBC would know because they received $800 million in the bailout process. Okay? Don't listen to MSNBC. Don't listen to any mainstream television. Just turn it off. Don't even listen to it. It's all lies and bullshit. Some security analysis suggests Big Brother will employ an even bigger brother in the form of chip-embedded passports that someday tell the federal transportation watchdogs all about your daily commutes to work, the mall, or even to parties. Well, I already know in your passports, the international passports, if you go apply for a passport now, it is microchipped, top left-hand corner, microchipped, or top right-hand corner, I don't remember. One of those top corners. Other security analysts suggest it will all be about gathering intelligence technology, or that increased biometrics is a security answer. The Known Traveler program will launch this fall, so previously known and trusted travelers will have barcodes stamped on their boarding passes, authorizing TSA screeners to allow those passengers to skip shoe and laptop removals. TSA Administrator John Pistoli said, enhancing identity-based screening is another common sense step in the right direction as we continue to strengthen overall security and improve the passenger experience whenever possible. Go. Ugh. Oh, okay. I almost just snapped on that. Okay, here's a scenario. Okay, I'm a Known Traveler program. Does that mean that I now have a barcode on my ticket? Is that what it said? On my ticket? Let's see. Barcode stamped on their boarding passes. Okay. Now, if I'm a participant in the Known Traveler program, how intrusive is Big Brother into my life to completely 100% verify that I am not a threat to national security? That I'm not one of those Americans that hate Americans for our freedom. I say that in jest because it's so ridiculous. You actually think people hate you because you're free. You're not free, number one, and nobody hates you because you are. We're the only people that think we're free, those of us that still think we are. I know we are not, but there are some people out there who think we are. And those people actually buy the fact that other Americans will cause terrorist attacks in this country working for an organization that hates American freedom. It's a mind F. So how is this possible? How is this going to actually improve safety for anyone? It doesn't improve safety for anyone because I could have a change of heart that day, even though I'm a part of the known traveler program. And if I don't have to take off my shoes, I can hide one of those crazy shoe bombs in there. Remember those crazy shoe bombs? The shoe bomber? Most ridiculous thing you've ever heard. Well, just a long line of ridiculous things. Kind of like the underwear bomber. Shoe bomber, underwear bomber. We had the liquid bomber. We have all these bombers. You know, these guys, you know, hey, look. If I'm a terrorist and I want to do the most damage, wouldn't I pick a soft target? Why am I going to get on an airplane again? Oh, my God. All right. So even though TSA is building up its ranks with bomb-sniffing dogs, there will be dramatic changes in store for travelers within the next 30 years. Try 30 months. Try 30 weeks. There will be biometric fingerprinting as well as other biometric and personal info stored in government databases like there already is. Like iris scans for your kids in schools. Senior policy analyst at the Center for Health and Homeland Security, Vernon R. H. Heron, told the MSNBC lackeys that your official travel document will, quote, will not only have information as to who you are and where you have traveled, but it will also allow government officials to track your travel not only in the air, but your daily travels to work, grocery stores, and social events. So there you go. If you want to fly, you basically just have to give up every ounce of fucking privacy you've ever had. And that enhances your traveling experience, people. In the future, the government will detain passengers who have traveled to places that are suspicious in nature. Well, I guess if you're traveling around the United States with all those homegrown terrorists the Department of Homeland Security wants you to be so scared of, you are probably traveling in a place that is suspicious in nature and can possibly be detained under the Patriot Act. No trial, no lawyer, no jury, no rights. Indefinite detainment until you are deemed safe. Do you understand where all this is going? Do you see where all this is going? And you'll say, oh, no, Darren, it won't go there. It won't go there. Tell me one reason why it won't. Because it's already gone here. I'm telling you right now what the senior policy analyst at the Center for Health and Homeland Security is telling you. He's telling you they will track you everywhere. And they will detain passengers who have traveled to places that are suspicious in nature, such as places like FEMA Region 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This guy adds, quote, all these measures seem extreme. You know shit. However, after we declared a war on terror, we must be more proactive than reactive when it comes to airport security. Well, there you go. We can declare a war on anything. Right? I mean, we've had a war on drugs for 40 years and not one single goal that was stated when the government declared a war on drugs, not one single goal 40 years later has been attained. So there you go. You will never be safe. No matter if you're locked down in four-way restraints, face down, naked to a floor, they will still tell you you are not safe. So again, with the suspicious list, even if it's in places to which you travel this time, regarding the dreaded list after list supposed suspicious activities are meant to keep the public in a state of paranoia and fears. They just roll over and watch it happen. Let's see. Dig commentator Leodin said, quote, strange, the actual threat of terrorism hasn't increased, and the odds of actually dying in a terrorist attack make the lottery look like a sound investment, and yet the government seems insistent upon taking more and more measures to protect us from these imaginary threats. Like the banker said in the beginning of the show, anything to keep you busy. War, terror, disease, anything. The movie Contagion, anything. Whooping cough, anything. Raw milk, Amish guys, people that grow gardens, little girls with lemonade stands. Be afraid, everybody, be afraid. All right. As the show's winding down, I'm going to finish this up with a little satire. A little satire on a serious subject. Because if I go serious on this subject, I will snap the F out. So here we have the First Lady, Michelle Obama, the giraffe, I call her. Makes headway calling for healthy foods. Here's another completely delusional, inept buffoon, Michelle Obama, trying to fight the good fight for your kids, make them healthy. Well, here's her first step, okay? It's not getting artificial sweeteners out of your kids' food chain. No, it's not going after food manufacturers and food corporations for their marketing to your kids for poison foods that trash their immune system and give them diabetes and cancer and all kinds of other shit. And it's not Michelle Obama trying to give your kids, lessen the chance of autism by warning you on vaccines or trying to stop Merck from sticking needles in your kids' arm. No, it's none of that. No. Here's what Michelle Obama has done for your kids, everybody. Here's what she's done. Let me just read the article, because calorie by calorie, First Lady Michelle Obama is chipping away at big portions and unhealthy food in an effort to help slim America down. In a year and a half since she announced her campaign to curb childhood obesity, Miss Obama has stood alongside Walmart, Olive Garden, Olive Garden, and many other food companies as they have announced improvements to the recipes, fewer calories, less sodium, and better children's menus. Sodium's not the fucking issue, everybody. It's not the issue. The changes are small steps in most cases. Fried foods and French fries will still be on the menu, though enticing pictures of those foods may be gone. High sodium soups, okay, blah, 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 blah. On Thursday, the First Lady joined Darden Restaurants Incorporated executives at one of their Olive Garden restaurants in Hyattsville, Maryland, near Washington, to announce that the company's chains are pledging to cut calories and sodium in their meals by 20% over a decade. Wow, Michelle, good fucking job. You've shown you're useful for something besides dunking and eating leaves off high branches and making your husband look weak next to your incredible Amazonian-like stature. Wow. So there you go. She's on the warpath, everybody. She's going to get Olive Garden to cut calories and sodiums by 20% over the next decade. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, and she didn't stop there. Oh, no. She's on a roll. She also hit up McDonald's and Burger King, okay, because you can go there for a nice healthy meal, and Red Lobster. Well, here the thing is that in a little while, everybody, you're not going to be able to eat anywhere. So it really won't matter. But here's what she didn't do. She didn't bitch slap Barry, okay? She didn't bitch slap Barry for appointing Monsanto's vice president as senior advisor to the commissioner at the FDA, whose name is Michael Taylor. Look up Michael Taylor, look at the revolving door, and understand what a load of shit it is. All right, everybody, that's the program. Didn't mean to end it on the word shit, but that's what happens on a amateur wannabe radio show. All right. Have a good rest of the week. I'll be back Thursday night. Stay safe, everybody. Check out frontradio.net and listen to these words of wisdom.
Your choice is simple. Join us and live in peace, or pursue your present course and face obliteration. We shall be waiting for your answer. The decision rests with you.